Hello, it's us. We're just two books.
Two books we're gonna talk
Two
about.
books.
Chillin'.
We're tombs, but like the instead of tombs is TWO
Ooh,
MBS.
how punny.
Welcome back to Fangirlz. Yes, I know it's a Wednesday. We're changing it up because the love of my life is going to be visiting me this Saturday.
Elliot?
No, you. Obviously.
Oh, I'm so excited. It's gonna be
so we're not going to schedule one for Sunday.
Mm-hmm. I'll be too tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll be too sad.
You know what? That's
We'll
really
have been separated from each other.
Yeah.
I mean, can't do a show like that.
Yeah, that's gonna be sad.
Just can't. So we're doing it today. And we decided to go ahead and do Junji Ito early, even though we normally we save it for October. Talk about tombs. Which is I love this little green moment we're having.
I do too. Let's talk about the spine. The spine
It's a great spine.
Is so nice. By the way, I got my book at instocktrades.com, our great sponsor, because I got a deal, like always.
And oh my gosh, how big of a deal can you get at that site?
Like up to 50% off. In fact, if you go to the red tag sale, it's like there's some 80% right now.
And some manga in there too.
Yeah, you should check that out. There's a lot of good deals. In fact, with this order, I got a 50% off manga from the red tag sale. So,
Alex, I don't know if you've been shopping at IST, but you need to be shopping at IST.
Get your deals.
Get your deals.
Great packaging. It came.
Your
really
dad's
fast.
gonna add to his next order.
There we go. That's what you need to do, Dad. You should read it.
Yep.
You really should.
Let's talk about it. I like how you're going to pop in here before you get popped.
Oh! Enjoy that, Mary.
That one's free. I charge for the next one. I should have been born a dad. Born one. Not become one.
One day you'll be a dad.
One day I'll be a dad. I'll ask if Ellie's okay with switching the titles.
Why not?
All right, so Tombs is the new Junji Ito collection, and by new I mean a newly gathered collection of things that he has already written a long time ago.
That's right. They're all short stories.
I wonder if some of these have been included in other things because I've seen like figure, or at least a figure around of the girl with the slug tongue. It's been probably on my Facebook feed a lot.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't read any of these before, but
yeah,
it's possible, like, there's featured or like the previous collected works of his. Sometimes there's like a repeat, very rarely, but I think the Holes one has been repeated. And
which that one's so short they can throw
it's so good. I don't care. I'll read it again.
It's so good, yeah.
But this one, I didn't check to see what like the years were with each of these stories.
Yeah, I didn't either.
But and you can tell it's definitely older art. Like even from like the first one, you get a very like retro Ito style just by the haircut alone. Pretty clear. But I mean, it's a fun little like. I guess we can go story by story and then talk about our overall thoughts.
Yeah, I will say this is
just like our memorable ones.
Originally published in Japan in 2013.
Oh, so maybe that's why.
Yep.
Yeah, because I've seen figures, or like even like the blind box figures they have of
that would make sense then.
Yeah.
Do we want to go through each story or just like our favorites?
We can do our favorites. That'd be fine.
I mean, well, you already mentioned the Slug Girl. That was absolutely one of my favorites.
I like Slug Girl a lot because like she can't. The basic story is this girl at school. She used to be really talkative. Now she's not. And she's having trouble talking, like she's like swallowing in her words. And it turns out she's got a slug for a tongue. I mean, there's more to it than that, but the visual is so creepy and so good.
Yeah, even the great cover photo of Slug Girl is good. But yeah, the visual. Should we show the slug coming out of her mouth?
I think we can. Yeah, we're gonna do demonetize this.
I mean. We're not monetized. So it's great.
I just love at the end because like they try to treat it. She keeps trying to cut her tongue off, but it keeps growing back. They try salt in her mouth. She can't stand it, and they bathe her in salt. But then all that's left is her head. and the slug.
It was a great ending.
But just that picture of like the slug, they just keep him around, which I love that for them.
Mm-hmm.
They just keep the slug around. And he's still got her head on it, and then
it's a great image.
Fantastic image. It's like it's a very good Ito story.
Yeah, I feel like that was my favorite among these.
Mm-hmm.
And my second favorite would probably be the first story in here, Tombs, and what the book is named after.
Oh yeah, Tombs is really good.
Which is basically about this weird, strange town that this brother and sister go to visit their friend in this weird town, and these tombstones just pop up, like wherever a person died, in the middle of the road, like anywhere, they just pop up, and you learn that they have to leave their bodies there and then grow into this tomb, which is also a wild visual to see, right?
Yeah.
Even like the way the hospitals worked, like if anyone were to die in a hospital, they had to get them out because they don't want tombs randomly in the middle of the hospital.
Yeah.
And then they would just put them on the floor, to like the ground rather, to die. I mean, it's just it's like every time I read more Ito, I'm like, how do you think of these things?
I have no idea. Well, I really like the story and their surrounding, because it starts out where they're heading there, and then a girl runs out the road and they hit her.
Mm-hmm.
And I was stressed.
Oh, same.
Because they hit her and like, oh, we got to take her to the hospital, and then they put her in the car, and then they get there and they don't immediately show or tell anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you need to get her to the hospital. I was like, what are you doing? So they're just like, they're catching up with their friend, they're doing all this stuff, they're learning about the tombs, and that girl is still in their car. And so by the time they get back to her, she has like crystallized and become this thing because she wasn't handled correctly when she was dead.
Well, and they didn't just like leave her in the car though. Like, he was basically like, is she breathing?
Yeah.
To the sister. And then you don't see what happens, but yeah, later on you're like, oh, he put her in the trunk.
Yeah.
He's trying to hide the body.
I was stressed.
Yeah, it's a lot. It was a lot.
I was very stressed. But the ending of that was very cool. The way that like all these bodies end up combining and becoming this kind of like swarm of bodies.
And I like the twist.
Yeah.
With the girl. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that was pretty cool. I will say, I felt like there were some stinkers in here.
Tell me the stinkers, you thought.
Okay. I thought the statue story was a stinker.
I'm gonna have to. The bronze statue. Oh,
I guess not stinkers like everything's bad. It's just okay. Like, I think some of the stories ended very abruptly.
Well, and I gotta tell you, Maddie, every time I read an Ito book, I have a great time with it. I read it quite quickly. I want to keep buying them, and I want to keep, unless it's no longer human, of course.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep doing it. But every time I finish, I'm like, that's 4 stars for me. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But because his short stories do, for the most part, end pretty abruptly, as someone who likes an ending, like who needs a certain, like I want more from some of these stories, I can never give him 5 stars. I don't know that I've ever done that. Perhaps Uzumaki, I can't remember, but Uzumaki's like, it continues, right?
Yeah.
It goes on and on. It's made up of kind of short stories, but like they're all connected.
I feel like that last one we read was a 5 for me too. As the rock, were they a rock band? They look like a rock band to me. I don't think that's what they were.
Oh, the why can't I think of the name of it? Black Paradox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
It was a longer short story, but
yeah, I feel like in this one, because normally I like the short stories a lot. Like I love the whole, like this whole's made for me. I love those a lot.
And that had a great ending.
But
it doesn't always land the endings.
The cult one where they're on the different floors, I thought it didn't. Because, like, I don't mind a weird ending, but sometimes there wasn't an end.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I expect at least, like, a creepy end at the end of it. Because, like, Slug Girl, that was a good end. The Tomb one, that was a good end.
Yeah.
This, I don't know. I was like, okay. And I think the statue one, I just didn't like that woman. She creeped me out.
Yeah, I get that. I totally get that.
You have the weird, the neighbor one where she's like peeking out over him and she's trying to get close to him.
I like that one though. That was that was weird, but it was fun. I mean, well, they're all weird,
They all are weird.
And that ending was weird though.
It was
It's
weird.
like I
It
think of
wasn't
the journey.
satisfying, I think.
Yes, I think of the journey and I have such a good time to get there, and then
Yeah.
and he doesn't always do it, but like often I feel like with his short stories, like
Yeah.
they just do not end in a way that makes me be like, great, that was a great ending.
Yeah, it just felt so quick because even like I thought the tunnel one had a good length to it. That made sense.
Yeah.
I mean, the statue had a good length to it too. It had a good ending. I just didn't. I think I should like her. I just don't want to see her face. I think that was the issue. I think she creeped me out.
And the like Blood Village one.
Oh, so gross.
That had a good ending though. It was gross.
It was a good ending. I liked how that ended, and I really liked the floater one. Honestly, I thought that was interesting concept.
Oh, the hairy. I was like, what was the floater one? Yeah, the floater one was good too.
The sea monster one felt like it was just getting started kind of stuff. Yeah, I felt the same. I felt the same way. Because a lot of these are really good. I really liked the premise. Mm-hmm. It just felt quicker than usual. And sometimes he's written really short stories that still hit really well.
Like the whole one. I mean, forever.
The whole one. Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. I don't know, but I can definitely remember other short stories and other short story collections where I'm like, these are ending too fast for me. Like, it still had a great time. Still recommend it.
Yeah, I also recommend it. It's great. Like it was still a cozy, comfy read. In a weird way.
Blood and death,
That's an interesting comparison, Larry. I wouldn't call him the M. Night Shyamalan because there's like, I feel like he's very open about the twist right away a lot of times too.
Right.
But I will say that he is like M. Night Shyamalan in that he is ready to do something really weird and off the rails immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that part's certainly a fair comparison.
Yeah, especially when like, because like M. Night Shyamalan is that way in comparison to other like Western horror directors and writers. Japanese horror is always, I mean, not always. There's like normal stuff, and then there's just like crazy off the wall stuff that I love. But it's almost like Ito's like, bet. He's like, I'm going to take what you did. I'm going to make it 100 times crazier, but without all the weird sexual violence, except for that one time.
Yeah. Except for that one time. Which, I guess the good news is he didn't write it, but...
Yeah, it wasn't his story.
He still adapted it.
Yeah. Man, see, that's the problem with talking about this. It's fast.
It's like, okay, we're done.
I did think the blood story was interesting about how it worked. Like, who comes up with... So the blood story, this doctor goes to this remote village where he's like, this is really weird. Everyone's really anemic. And one of his patients, she looks really anemic, but then she comes back later and she looks really healthy. And, just earlier that week, her sister came in just bleeding. He's like, we got to stop this. I'm like, no, like, it's just, this is normal. So what we all do. And after going to follow this girl while she prays, he digs a hole where she is because she bloodlets herself, lets her blood out to the ground and absorbs it. And he finds there's just arteries pumping through the ground. So the ground is like seeping in all of this blood. It's collecting all of it. Like, who does that? I want to sit with that man so bad and just be like, I just want to watch him come up with the idea. And I guess if your mind is like always focused on the next horror story, you could probably do that. You'd be like, I think you could Mad Lib your way into a Junji Ito story, I think. But I just want to see how is he like oh man, another short story that's really good. That chair one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. The chair one's so good. That's one of my favorites.
That's a short one too, but it's good. Yeah. It's good.
I can't remember exactly how it ended, but I know it was great. Yeah, it was great.
I think you just got absorbed in the chair. Blood Village reminded me a lot of The Last Prayer if you've seen it. I don't know what that is, but I trust you. When I type in The Last Prayer, the first thing that comes up is a fanfic from Naruto. And then some Christian stuff.
Help.
I don't think that's what it is.
I don't think that's what it is either. Which Alex earlier mentioned the sea monster one and how just when it was getting started it ended. It ended so abruptly and there wasn't enough of it that I forgot that was even in here. I was like, what is he talking about? And then I got
Well,
to it.
and
I
the
was like,
lead
oh
up was so good because there's this big sea monster
yeah.
there. And like these two couples are talking, these two people are talking. They both really love sea creatures, but they hate the ocean. And the woman's talking about how she lost her fiance to the ocean, like a shipwreck or something. And then they cut open this big thing and they find the people there, they're all like alive. And then they come out and it's the guy's like, oh, they must have been parasites. And like he's giving us the exposition of this thing. And then it ends. And I'm like, it was just like Uto being like, this is how parasites work. I'm like,
You're like, what?
I want to see what this, you could have gone with this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I think you should have shown them coming out and like leash you onto other people or like people on land and show that like, oh, we thought that they were like subsisting. It was like a miracle, but the truth is they can't survive without like taking energy from others or whatever. Like it could have gone on for a while, I think.
Yeah,
cool
no,
way.
for sure. I feel like that one could have been a whole book if he would have like drawn it out.
Ooh,
Though I think
that
that
would've
about
been
a lot of
cool.
these, right?
That would have been really cool. Oh, absolutely. Like I would have like you could have drawn out the feeling one.
Yeah.
With the pods or flowers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Although I guess it has a similar feeling to like the Big Head one too. That short story where like the big head balloons.
Yeah, that was great too. That whole collection.
So creepy.
Let
me tell you, watching that animated, and I don't think the animation was good. It just didn't work. I think because it's color too. I think if they stay black and white maybe, but seeing it animated made me kind of want to throw up a little bit.
Oh no.
Reading it was fine, but I think watching it move was really gross.
Well, and even like seeing any Ito in color, like I'm good. I don't need a colorized version of it. It's like the Blood Village. Can you imagine?
Oh, gross. Yeah, I think it's better to leave it to your mind's eye. Like it's better just to you'll fill in the dots. I think that's what makes it scarier.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's easier to deal with these really grotesque like body horror things. If I had to see it realistically colored, gross.
Yeah, that would mess me up, I feel like.
And like Tomie would not be as pretty if you saw her in color.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's why I like the cosplays of Tomie because they always do the black and white and like they do the whole thing.
That's awesome.
And I'm like,
I love that.
That's perfect.
Hey.
All right, I've got it on my list. I'll check it out.
I feel like I've heard of that actually, but I don't know anything about it. You know, we've mentioned before, Ito has the same face syndrome that Tilly Walden kind of has, right?
And now Kurosawa does.
Right,
Alex was on the show last night. We were talking about Pluto, and I was like, "This guy is just long-haired Johan from Monster." This, like it's just a very much like.
Absolutely, but I mean, even like this. How many times have we seen this guy? How many times?
All the time.
I mean, honestly, every book he's ever done, we've seen that guy. Same haircut, same
I was impressed by the ladies, though. I felt like there was some diversity in ladies' face and haircuts.
Yeah.
Because we've read somewhere, I'm like, that's the same.
That's the same. Yeah, always the brunette with the, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. Well, hold on. Like, this guy comes back later, right?
Yeah.
This is the same guy, right?
Yeah,
absolutely. More hair, maybe. A little more hair.
They all look the same.
Yeah.
If you're like a main guy, like a good guy in the Ito book, that's the face.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you did it. Oh man, I wonder what his output must have been like when he because he's been writing and illustrating for decades. And he's like Stephen King, just turning these like stories out all the time. And yet is still like the most positive dude. Like if you've watched interviews with him, he's just like he's just a cute man. Just happy.
He loves cats. That's great.
Yeah, he's just a big old dork, and I just think that's lovely. Like lovely that you made this.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Also, like, do we know who this is on the cover?
I mean, it's gotta be her friend. The long-haired friend that she meets. Yeah, it's her friend.
Oh, okay.
Izumi. Okay. Or not Izumi, sorry. Her name is Izumi, but
yeah, gotcha. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
See, he's good. He killed it this first chapter. He's like, listen, Not this time. The guys, all the same. But the ladies,
Different hair.
we're going to have relevant haircuts. Just you wait. We can do it.
Well, and we get another. I think we get another in the summer. Like he's coming out with another one.
So we'll have one for October, which is good. Because we already read like the main ones. Like we've gone through Tomie and Gyo and that other one.
Pretty much
when they
everything.
did the black and red printing. Yeah, we've done the cat one.
Yeah, this one comes out July 25th.
Yeah, I figured that one we'll save.
Yep, that'll be good.
But if we want to read another horror manga in the meantime, I'm always down.
Yeah, we need some suggestions, I think, right?
I guess it could be good to read something like Parasite. Like that could be a good one. Or...
You know what? I'd love to read that because I just got the color version. It's been sitting on my shelf for months, but I need an excuse.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
I have one volume.
I mean, I guess we're doing another horror manga next time, Mermaid Saga. So
it's true.
That'll be fun to really dig into. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, what else is up?
What have you guys been reading?
Yeah, what have you guys been reading? What's up? What's new? We can't just end it now. That would be really silly.
Yeah, tell us what to read next month.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah, I don't even know what I have ordered for next month or what's coming out. We could do. Are you gonna check out the new Viz app? Have you done that yet?
No, I'm wondering what the deal is with it, but I haven't done it yet.
All I've heard so far is a comparison between, because Kodansha released their app, and then Viz to be like a FU released their app and announced it like the day before.
Nice.
Incredible move. From what I understand, Viz is a really great app, and Kodansha is like you pay, but then you have to pay more in there. So like there's a limited amount of stuff that's actually free.
That's annoying.
So there's some hoop jumping. And Viz is cheaper because it's $2. It's still separate, I think, from the Shonen Jump app, from what I understand. But it would be cool to like look through there and pick something, and then maybe talk a bit about the app itself.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, because they've got tons of stuff on here. Let's talk about this. They've got How Do We Relationship, 100 chapters of it.
Oh man, I have some of those volumes.
I know. They have there's 402 chapters of Komi Can't Communicate. That's insane.
They have all of them on
We can read shoujo.
Hold on. Why haven't I got this yet?
It's on the same website.
How does it differ from the Shonen Jump app then? Other than there's extra stuff. Or is it different stuff?
I think it's separate. It's different stuff.
Okay.
So they've got Ito stuff on here as well.
Oh, have fun.
They have Cats of the Louvre. I can finally read that.
Oh, we should. I would reread that and talk about it with you.
Oh man, there's so much shoujo I read growing up that I could read again. Like that's awesome. High school debut. Hot Gimmick. Kamikaze Girls.
That's exciting.
Oh man. Oh, we gotta read some shoujo on here. Maison Ikoku. I can finally read that.
We should, because I have several volumes. I've gotten them cheap.
Ooh, they have Orochi the Perfect Edition. I've always wanted to read that. I think that's a horror.
Oh yeah. I have that. I have the first volume. I don't know how many there are. But...
Well, it doesn't matter because you can read all in here for the low price of $2 a month.
Love that.
Oh, what Tale of the Oh, the girl that can't get a girlfriend. They have everything. Oh my god. I'm gonna die.
Is that like really part of the app? Like it's not extra or anything?
No, it's not.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's like new stuff.
Yeah, so they have a bunch in here. Like, I mean, I'm sure Kodansha has a lot of stuff too, of course, but it sounds like this is gonna be easier. There's still all of Magi's really good if you haven't read it.
I haven't, but I've wanted to. That's awesome.
Oh, it's very good. Wow. And just a ton of romance stuff, which honestly, that's what I want. There's other stuff here, of course, too, but that's what I care about.
Yeah. Love that.
Okay, I'm about to read Denki Daisy and pretend like there's not a weird age gap because I want to relive. But yeah, if anyone wants to recommend stuff there.
Oh yeah, you can read a tropical fish yearns for snow probably.
I didn't see that in there.
It's a biz.
It does say latest free, so I don't. Maybe I need to go through like I'll check the apps. I'm on the website right now, and maybe they'll add more. That wasn't me that burped. That was.
I was gonna say I am.
That was Elliot.
I know that wasn't you, but it's weird.
I think he forgets that the mic can pick him up from here. Don't make a fart noise. Do with his mouth. Don't do that.
Nice.
Anyways, cool. Well, we'll have to look through there and choose some stuff.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. I had no idea it was full of that cool stuff.
I'm gonna read so much shoujo that I read when I was a kid. We're gonna do a repeat. I'm gonna read all of them. Probably only 100 chapters a day is what they'll let you do.
You know what, Maddie? Maybe we should do a series together on my channel where you tell me what shoujo you read as a kid that I should be reading now, and we talk about it.
Ooh, I have no idea if any of that holds up. No clue, because I just read all. I just read all of it. Yeah, I'd love for you to read Nana, although you'll be disappointed inevitably because it's not. It feels like it should be a Yuri manga, and it's not.
That is sad.
Yeah. Bummer.
That is a bummer.
Well, besides that, nothing new has happened since Sunday. So
yeah,
I read all of Pluto yesterday. Again.
All in one, huh? All in one go.
You know me.
I mean, it was still great, right?
Oh yeah, it's still great. Yeah. And I read it on a WordPress site. So nice. It's like if you look up plutomanga.com, it just goes to a WordPress site that has all of it.
Wow.
Not that I condone that. I do not have access to that manga right now. There's not an easy way for me to do that is affordable. I don't make that much money. I remember like doing a YouTube video once, like library hauls, and then people in the comments like, why? You have money for books. Look at all these books. Like, what are you talking about?
I don't understand people. I just went to the library and got a ton of books and actually filmed a library haul. So that's coming. Library people who hate it.
Yeah. I think it's just people that like it's just assumed if your YouTube channel is a different situation. I'm like, I'm not Omar, my guy. I don't have book money. I gotta live.
I get you.
Also, I want to buy clothes and girly things that I like too, and video games. So I got my wallet's tied up.
You have some books that you need to buy that are not.
I've got some not comic books I have to buy. I had to get my Audible subscription to listen to a certain book.
There you go.
Because I heard that's the best way to listen to it.
What book? Okay. Yeah, I got you. I got you. All right.
Something I can't play on a speaker.
I did just pick this up from the library, and I have not read it yet, but Mermaid Scales and the Town of Sand. I just like the cover.
Oh, that looks so cute. Yeah.
It's Viz signature, so they're like big guys.
I feel like that's on here.
Is it?
I feel like I scrolled past that a second ago. Maybe I did. It's on here.
Oh, well, hey. I think it's just like it's just the one volume, I think. Just fun.
It looks nice.
Love that. Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Picked up 4 library books today. Danger and Unknown Risk, good. Dragon Hoops, Notes from Mystic Ben, Snapdragon. We love Snapdragon.
I've read all of those. Snapdragon? No, I haven't read all of those. I've read all of those except for Notes from Mystic Ben. I don't know what that is, Chris. I'll look it up. Of course, Snapdragon's amazing.
Oh,
Dragon Hoops is great. I thought Danger and Other Unknown Risk. Chris, I'll be interested in what you think. Because I was like, this is fine. That's ultimately how I felt. This is fine.
Exactly, Alex. We don't have time. That's why I love my local library because
oh, it's the best. The best.
I love that I can request things and they get them. I may forget to pick it up when they do get it in.
That's the best. The best.
And I have things to return to them, but I really want to finish reading them first. So
I get that.
And honestly, it's a good motivator because I finished tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday.
Did you like it?
I really liked it.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I know Jess was kind of like lukewarm on it, but I think a lot of the video game references and things like that didn't work as well. But they referenced Suikoden, my favorite game in the game, in there,
Ooh.
and Monkey Island.
Nice. Love that for you.
Wait, what?
Chris, you're gonna change your life.
Oh my god, they look bad. That's incredible. No.
You have to get them. You have to.
By Devin Grayson. That name is familiar.
Oh, that name is familiar.
What is this? This came out in 2010 and then 2012. What?
Devin Grayson is who I think they are. Hold on.
Okay, let me see if I can find a large enough photo to share so we can look at it. Well, you got me, Chris.
Chris just confirmed, because I was like, is that the author of User? It is. I hated User, so I can't even tell you, Maddie.
Look at this.
Oh, yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
It gives me the same feeling of like a PlayStation 1 JRPG that's like what's the word? Cyberpunk. That's what it feels like. Well, now I gotta know. I have to check that out.
I gotta know if Devin Grayson can write a good book.
Well, okay, they did. Oh yeah, I like her Titans.
Well, don't read User, or do, and we can talk about how bad it is.
Okay. Oh yeah, I know her from the Titans, which is the one I've collected. And she wrote Arsenal, the only Arsenal series for my boy Roy Harper. And I guess I probably read some of her. Yeah, I like her for my stuff, but I haven't read her stuff.
And maybe she's grown since User. I should hope so.
Who knows? Oh, she wrote some X-Men Evolution. We should talk about some comic book news. Did you see the latest thing that they're killing off Miss Marvel?
No.
Yeah, there's a big hullabaloo. I haven't looked completely into it, but there's a big hullabaloo.
Wow.
Is that the right word? Yeah, like they announced it, like they released like the image and stuff, like the death of Miss Marvel. And so people are like, interesting choice. Also,
yeah.
Literally API month. I'm like, whoa. So I don't know. I don't know enough to know like what the circumstances are around it or whatever, but it is an interesting choice.
Weird.
It's not even in her own book. That's just like, why? I'm not caught enough on Marvel to like really speak to it. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not a current. It feels like a weird choice of character to kill off because she's just light and good, and I don't even see her as being like she is obviously part of the main universe, but to me, I see her as her own thing all the time. Like she's a book that I can go to without knowing anything else.
Makes sense.
It's an Amazing Spider-Man. So it's not even like with Miles then, it's with like Peter, because that's interesting.
Weird.
I don't know, but the people that I respect and really like on Twitter, like comic reviewers, were really not pleased. And so I'm like, well, if they're not pleased, they probably are in the right about it.
Sure. Very weird.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up.
It's a bummer.
Yeah.
But luckily I'm not caught up on anything anymore, so that's good. I can just read my random DC stuff in peace and in Green Arrow.
We love that.
And then, have Twitter tell me about what's happening with Wonder Woman as I wait until it comes out on trade. It looks beautiful. Yeah. But then they're like, oh my God, they gave Wonder Woman another daughter? Why? And I'm like, I don't know. Okay. No, the cover of the issue has people she's rarely. Yeah, that's what I saw, which I thought was really weird. Yeah, it's her surrounded by people that, except for like Captain Marvel, doesn't really make sense for her like story. Like you would think other like Young Avengers, those kind of people, but I don't know.
Super weird.
That's super weird.
Well,
I mean, I guess we can call it early. Oh, Batman, that you showed up just for us to unassemble.
Batmanda, do you have thoughts and feelings that you want to express before we leave?
You should check out my cool ponytail.
I'll express some thoughts and feelings about my channel because tomorrow you can catch Miriam and I doing the reading update. I've read some things. It's exciting.
Ooh.
So that's at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern tomorrow, live on my channel here on the YouTubes. Check it out.
I'm hoping to be able to check in on that one.
I would love to see you in the chat, 100%.
So, because usually my Thursdays are busy.
Yeah, and Friday we also have a show. Reed and I do with our buddy Kyle Starks. So we're gonna be live on my channel talking to Kyle. He's gonna be talking about Peacemaker and all the other great things he's doing. He was just nominated for more Eisners, like whatever.
Kyle's killing it.
He really is. So yeah, that's us also 6:30 Central and 7:30 Eastern. So check that out.
You should have just canceled that and then drive to me.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Kyle will understand.
He's busy.
He's a minor celebrity.
It's hard to get him.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Difficult.
It gives me more time to clean. So it'll be worth it.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, we're going to be back next Sunday with Mermaid Saga. I did see that Zoe Thorogood got 5 nominations.
Yay. That's exciting.
She deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be back then. And you never know, maybe on Twitter on Saturday or Instagram, I'll post something about us hanging out.
Yeah. We can
if I remember, I can be too excited.
Yeah.
We'll be too busy playing board games. We won't talk about any comic books.
That's true. It's going to be the best.
I'm going to eat.
Yes. Woo! Food and board games. That's all we want.
Woo! Okay. Have a good night. Check out everything that Kristan's doing over the next 2 days on her channel.
Thank you. And
I won't be online again until Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a good night. Check out InStockFoods.com.
Check them out.